On experiment, its objective is load test on three-phase reluctance motor. That you can see this board. It is written three-phase reluctance motor. Okay, so Hiramani sir will tell you about briefly tell about that three-phase reluctance motor. Hiramani sir, please. Over to you.
So, dear student, here I am with three-phase reluctance motor. So, I think you have already been studied about the three-phase reluctance motor. So, it is nothing but a motor, we can say the in between of synchronous motor and induction motor. So, its rotor is made up of bar actually. Okay. So, due to the bar, there is the different air gap. We can see this is the motor, and inside this motor the rotor is made up of the bar. So due to bar there is different air gap between the stator and rotor. Okay, so due to different air gap we can say the flux is different, and due to flux we can say the reluctance of the motor is different at different points. So due to the different reluctance, the property of the reluctance motor is that it rotates always toward the low reluctance path. Okay, so basically in our AC system the three-phase supply is about 440 volt. So this is specially calibrated motor. We have set the three-phase reluctance motor at 230 volt. Okay, so here in this experiment we will see the load test. So according to the circuit diagram, we have two wattmeter, one ammeter and one voltmeter. Okay, so these are the meters we have arranged. So accordingly you have to we are going to take the readings. So I have arranged this connection according to the circuit diagram. Okay, so yeah. So in this circuit diagram, it is not mentioned here, but I want to tell you that this is the point of M1, M2 and M3. Okay, we can see M1, M2 and M3. So L1, L2, N3, we have taken the supply from the L1, L2 and L3, and afterward we have taken the output from M1, M2 and M3. So we have connected it accordingly. So see the wattmeters W1, W2 and ammeter are connected M1, M3 and M2 respectively. Okay, so you can see here this is the starter of this reluctance motor. So this is what star delta starter. So the motor during the starting, the motor starts at star connection, and by switching this switch, okay, this is the switch which converts star to delta. So I will operate this switch when I have to change its connection from star to delta. Yeah. Bolo.
So let's start the experiment. So before starting the experiment or giving supply, we have to connect this three TPST first. Then we have to start give this supply to that setup only, and after that we have to, like we have started in star, now we have to connect it in delta, that is starter only, that already sir had mentioned. So now we have to operate in delta, so we have to change that is star to delta.
So the motor is started in star connection, and when it takes the little inertia, I have to change its connection from star to delta. Okay. So I have switched this motor from star to delta connection. Now you can see the pulley is a little free. So this is at no load. So you may take the reading during the no load. See in the meters. In the meters you can clearly see the voltmeter is set at around 230. As I have told you already, the rating of the reluctance motor is about 230 volt. So the reading is same, and you can see the ammeter It is calibrated at 30 amp reading. So its reading is about 22, okay, 22 ampere, and you can see the wattmeter.
So you can see this wattmeter. This wattmeter is W1 and this is W2. If you can observe here that in W1 it is showing the positive terminal, means our terminal is positive side. But if you observe this W2, if you can see that that needle is before that 0 only. So we have to switch that M and L. So we can do this by reversing this using this switch. So it show, but we have to ensure when we are going to take the reading, we have to take negative only, okay, because it is showing the negative. Okay, so at the end we have to calculate that cos of phi, that nothing but that a power factor. So for that purpose we have to take negative, means we have to only to identify that what is the value of that W2. So we have to take that value and then we have to write it with negative sign. Fine. So I have read measure and observe this all the readings of that meters, and I have written it. I have written these readings. So wattmeter, and actually if you can see this file, I have written for W1 positive value and for W2 negative value, that is nothing but minus 650. Okay, so to identify the value we have switches that M and L. Okay, means reverse connection have made of that M and L because it is showing the negative value. So to identify what is the value, that's why we have reversed that switch. Okay, so we are taken on no load condition. Now we are going to increase the load and we will take the second reading.
So dear students, as I have told you that the reluctance motor rotates at synchronous speed. So for testing this, we will observe in the tachometer its speed. Okay, so see, if I have a tachometer and I have to put this tachometer at its shaft by pressing this button, it will show the reading in RPM. So in the meter you can clearly see this is about 998, or we can say it is around 1000 RPM. Okay, so this is the no load speed of this motor. Okay, so I will increase its load, and you can also see its speed, rated speed is 100 RPM. Okay, so we have seen its speed is about 1000 RPM. Okay, now we will increase its load and we will see the reading of the meters. Okay, see Virichan,
उस साइड से बड़ा उसको घुमाओ।
नहीं नहीं नहीं
बड़ी को बताना कांस्टेंट रख दूंगा ना, बताना
और अभी बनाना पड़ेगा। वेट वेट, ओके,
नोट को जल्दी से
बहुत ज़्यादा देरी हो रहा है वो रीडर so we are increasing the load and taking the reading. Okay, so it will take time, so we will take the reading and we will show you the observation we have taken. So कितना आ गया?
So we have increased the load, and due to this increase in load, again in the second set of readings we will be observing the values.
Second reading we have taken like this: 230, 21, for 1400, 175 negative and 1000 RPM.
And let's check the RPM once again.
RPM is not changing. So let's verify the RPM as sir has already mentioned in introduction of when he was briefly introducing you with that reluctance motor, that it run on synchronous speed. So let's verify that speed using
so,
that tachometer.
Again I am with tachometer, and students, you can see increasing the load also, its speed is almost constant, 999 rpm. Okay, so it is about to what, 1000 rpm. So we have seen when increasing the load also, the speed of this machine is not changing. It is almost constant at 1000 rpm. Okay, yes. So we will take few more readings and let you know about the values. Okay.
So it's around 25. It's very less. And
1, 2, 3, start.
So students, we have taken the different set of loads. So now I have released its load and I will turn off the motor. Okay. So turning off, we have to switch off this and switch off the main supply. And at last we have to down this TPST switch. Yeah.
so we have done with the experiment. So now come to the observation table. We have taken this set of readings. So now we have to calculate cos of phi and identify when we calculate, then we come to know how it affecting as we are increasing the load. So this is the formula. You have to calculate that cos of phi. Okay, and we will provide you that the set of readings and we will upload in MS Team only. So you people can take this reading from there and calculate this cos of phi and identify how it is affecting as we are increasing the load.